Hey guys, I'm Sherry. Welcome to my channel. I've been staying home recently because of quarantine, so I've been spending a lot of time with my family and I've also been cooking a lot. So today I'm gonna show you guys how I make baozi. I grew up eating baozi. It's actually one of my favorite foods of all time. My mom taught me how to make this. I think it's super easy and fun to make, and it's a really delicious recipe. So let's head to my kitchen. I proofed a teaspoon of active dry yeast in 50 ml of warm water. This is 250 grams of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna add some warm water to my yeast mixture. Now I'm gonna add my yeast water mixture into the flour. I like to add it gradually, and I like to add it to half of the flour first until it becomes like kind of like a sticky dough, and then I'll add the water to the rest of the dry flour. That's the way my mom taught me how to make a dough. She basically grew up eating like buns and baozi. She can't live without carbs. Okay, now I'm just gonna go in with my hand and knead it into a smooth dough. I should have worn an apron. I totally forgot. Okay, I'll be right back. Ooh, this dough is pretty nice. Actually, this is like the first time when I didn't make the dough super wet at first. Usually what happens is I make the dough too wet and I have to add a lot more extra flour when I knead. This is what the dough looks like. It's pretty smooth and it's very soft. So I'm gonna cover this up with plastic wrap and then let it rise. To speed up the rising process, I usually have a warm water bath prepared in another larger bowl. I'll put the dough with the bowl with the dough into this bigger bowl. Make sure the water doesn't overflow. It usually takes about 40 minutes-ish. You don't want to let it rise too much or else the dough will become sour. So for the filling, I'm going to make my all-time favorite. This is like the Chinese zucchini, and we have 2 eggs and some carrots. I'll probably add some dried shrimps later. First, I'm going to scramble the eggs. Hey guys, welcome to the stove of our kitchen. Put some salt, scramble it up. Because we're making small bits of eggs, you don't want the pan to be too hot. Just put it on like medium or medium low heat, and then you can start making circles. So this is what the eggs look like now. They're pretty good sized in my opinion. So I'm gonna transfer this onto a plate and I'm going to just lay it out so that it cools faster. My mom washed the green onions for me. Thanks, Mommy. Chop it into small pieces, but not too small. I'm gonna transfer the green onions into the bowl. This is what it looks like.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, Mommy. Compliments me. Now I'm gonna wash the squash, chop off the ends of the squash. This is my favorite part. This is an arm workout. Be careful, don't break your hands.
I think I break.
Oh, it's not a break, it's
Break.
yeah, don't break your hands, guys. Just throw this part away. A lot of squash. The squash is really, how do you say nen? Oh, how do you say that? Oh,
Young. 应该没有籽儿，
Young.
没有籽儿。
Oh yeah, like there's no seed in it yet, so the squash is like a young squash. So that's why there's a lot of water in it. So my mom helped me put this into like a cloth sack thing, and you need to squeeze out some of the water. You can save the juice and make the dough with the juice, so then the dough is like pink. It's not pink, green.
Oh, pink.
Why did I say pink? Squash into the bowl. I will do the same thing again for the second squash. Gonna peel the carrots. Grate the carrots with the same holes we used for the squash. I did my best. This is the last grating exercise. Gonna squeeze out the juice with the same bag. I just realized I didn't have to do this all the time. Should have just left it on the table. And oh, this is so much more easier. You can make like orange dough and green dough, and then you can make like Christmas dough.
Yes.
Put the carrots in, and yeah, well, we have all the good vegetables in our bowl. I decided to add some dried shrimps to the filling because I think they make the filling taste a lot better. This is what it looks like. Just mini shrimps. We call this 虾皮 in Chinese. I'm thirsty. I'm gonna drink some water. Where's my water bottle? My dad is like playing ping pong in the backyard. Since it's quarantine, he doesn't want to go out. We're gonna cool it on a plate. I can eat this whole plate. We're gonna add some oil, coat the vegetables with oil first so that the water in it doesn't come out when we add the salt. So we're gonna add some regular vegetable oil. I'm using grapeseed oil and also sesame oil. I usually eyeball this. I don't know how much exactly I add. I'm gonna add the sesame oil now. I like to go crazy with this because I love sesame oil. Time for the salt. I just eyeball this too. Add the eggs. And then we add the shrimps. Mix it all up. The filling is done. Flour the surface. I'm gonna flour my hands. Flour the top. And then make sure the bottom has flour. I'm gonna knead it. You can see that it's farting when the air bubbles pop. Just knead it until you feel like you've got all the air bubbles out. And the dough is smooth and elastic. How my mom taught me is to make a donut. And then I'm gonna break it into a log and make it long. Make sure like it's even. And flour the bottom. With a scraper, we can cut it into even pieces about this big. Put some flour on top of them first. And then I'm gonna make it into a bowl shape and then press it. I have two tiny ones. Look how tiny these are, but that's fine. We're gonna just make tiny buns with them. My mom is so good at making these. I still need to work on this. Look at how good she is. So we have a piece of dough on one hand. Ooh! Oopsies. That's okay. Chopsticks can fail sometimes. Good amount of filling. I have to transfer hands because I only use chopsticks with my left hand. And then we're gonna make just little pinches like that all around. And with your left hand, you're gonna like press down with the thumb to the filling so that the filling stays inside the bun and doesn't like ooze out. And when you come to the end, just seal it. And I like to make like a little belly button in the middle. And here you go. Placing it on the floured board, and I'm using like my hands to make it tall because it's gonna rest and rise a little bit. While it does that, it's gonna like fall short, so we're gonna make sure it's like tall right now. This is our buns. We made 12 of them. We have some leftover fillings, but that's fine. We're just gonna store them in the fridge and we can use them next time, or we can just cook it in the pan and just eat it. Now we're gonna let it rise for around 20 minutes. We're not gonna cover it or anything because if we cover it, it might just collapse a little bit. We don't want that. We have a huge steaming pot. We're gonna put 6 buns in one layer. Make sure they're evenly spaced out. And by the way, the water inside is cold water. The setting is about medium heat. Now the steam is rising around the pot, around the lid. Now we can set the timer for 15 minutes. After the time is up, set it aside to wait for another 3 minutes before we open the lid. Okay, it's time. Oh,
不错，很好。看看下边。
let's see the second. Wow.
好吧。
这层更好。I transferred them onto a wire rack so that they can cool. The bottom can also cool without becoming sticky. These rose really well, but not sure why this is wrinkled, but it's okay. They're all perfect. This is what it looks like inside, and it's very soft and juicy. It tastes so good. Tastes like my childhood. I encourage you to try out this recipe and let me know what you think about it. It tastes really good. I love this. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Bye bye. Mom, what do you think of it? Do you like it?
Yes. 非常好吃，很 juicy， 很香，非常成功。
Dough on the bottom. Yeah, high five.
High five.